Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Aquaresia, the city of Aquarise, with their attendant statue of the Earth Mother, and for the moment, Frigoberto's questing army. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Age of Wonders 3, a roleplay campaign where you, the viewer, gets to make the decisions. And a bit of housekeeping to start off. First of all, I'm trying different microphone settings, so please let me know how everything sounds relative to how the episodes used to sound. Next, because there's going to be a lot going on outside of the game over the next few weeks, I am going to be recording 4 episodes at once. So there's going to be 4 episodes without a council episode, but that's okay because the episodes are starting to take a little bit longer, I think, because of the number of cities and armies that we have. A lot needs to be done. So actually, let's get right on that. First thing I want to do is I want to make an announcement. So I want to try something different. Now that this is episode 41 and we're moving on to another phase of the series, I want to try role-playing of a different nature. And what I mean by that is I want to follow a specific army and that army's units. And I want to kind of role-play it a bit more directly than the rest of the campaign. So the rest of the campaign I'm going to be playing as I have been playing up to this point, which is kind of a mixture of gameplay and roleplay. But with Anya's army in particular, we are going to do a lot more detailed roleplay. We're going to follow them on their adventures. We're going to come up with names for the units that exist in that army. We're going to care about them. I'm not saying units aren't going to die, because they're going to, unfortunately, but we're going to try to follow their progression. We're going to try to develop personalities for each of them, and with your help, hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. But in order for this to work and be interesting, I want to have only one unit of each type in her army, because when you have multiple units of each type, there's no real way on the battlefield to tell them apart, except for if they have different levels of experience, but that's most of the time they're going to have the same level, like these two guys. There'd be no way to tell them apart on the battlefield. So like this army is going to contain her, the Griffin, the Swordsmaster, and I want to contain kind of our showcase units. So like a War Breed, maybe the Stone Giant when we get it, maybe a Horse Archer from Leticia. Kind of, it's going to be a amalgam, and they're going to run around and we're going to kind of follow their adventures. So I'm also going to need some airships for them, which I'm going to produce. It'd be nice to produce them in Wodenaz, Heraltisane, but it's not quite ready yet, so we're going to have to produce them here in Helia. I think I'm going to do it with 10 units, because remember now, the airship itself counts as one of your 6 units. So we're going to have 2 groups of 5, and there's occasionally going to be some mooks in there too to help out, like unnamed random units of troops, of lower tier troops. But we're really going to focus the roleplay on the high level troops. And one quick bit of business I want to make clear is the units themselves are only going to be representative. And what I mean by that is, even on the battlefield, you see like a unit of Swordsmasters has like 5 or 6 Swordsmasters. Well, in reality, I've decided that it's going to be 5 times that. So a unit of troops is going to be about 30. Now the only difference is going to be our giant units, like this Griffin, the War Breed. They're only going to count as 1 unit. But the rest are we're going to try to scale them up in our imaginations to be a bit more of a sturdy unit. So we'll see how that goes. We're not ready yet to get started because we have to fly them around the world and pick up this kind of hodgepodge of units that we're working with. But I'm hoping it'll be a lot of fun when we get there. So that being said, Leticia needs to make a mounted archer, because that is their representative unit. Arcticana, I don't think... Oh, a Yeti. Absolutely, we need a Yeti in this army. It's only tier 3, but that's okay. Let's make one of those. In Aurelia, we're going to make another War Breed. Njordland is going to be a commercial city. But we could make warships, I suppose. But let's see if there's anything money-wise that might be more useful for the moment. Not really, actually. They're already super happy, so the Grand Palace isn't necessary. The Grand Temple would be helpful, I suppose. Nah, we're just going to start building a fleet. Let's get some galleon warships. Alright, Heraltisane. That's so interesting. The Monster Hunters, even though this is the place where Monster Hunters should be made, they aren't even one medal. Is there something I'm missing here? What gives the bonus to irregular units? Well, I'll have to look that up. For the meantime, I don't know if I want to produce one just yet if it's not going to have at least a medal. I mean, it does have the benefits that come from being in Heraltisane, right? It has the benefits from... What is cause? Oh, this here, yeah. The mercenary camp, which gives our irregular units +1 melee damage, +1 range damage, and +1 defense, which is great, obviously. But is there something else I could build that will make them even better? Human profit economic. What does that mean? Profit? Huh. Maybe they mean like profit. Like, you know, money. And they just messed up there. Does the higher end Warlords Guild buildings cause... No, these guys don't have a medal either. I guess you can't. There's no bonus for irregulars. Alright, well, we will have one unit of Monster Hunters joining Anya's army. Tamra's Fall. I've been thinking about Tamra's Fall because it has that thing that causes, like, Berserk Killer or whatever. Sadistic Streak. So I was thinking that'd be an interesting thing to play with. Here we go. Here's a Monster Hunter that's ranked champion. I'll just have him go with Anya. Is he from Heraltisane? Can you tell? Like, is there anywhere where it says? I don't think so. But I'm pretty sure this is one of them. We'll just say that it is, even if we don't know for certain. But in the meantime, Tamra's Fall. 30 gold isn't going to do too much for us, actually. Or 30%, I mean. What should I do with this place? Does Sadistic Streak work on all units? Cavalry only. Okay. So we need to start producing some form of cavalry. Which means a Rider's Hall. Aquaresia. Laboratory. Stoacana. Dome of the Ancestors. Let's get some Cavaliers ready. I want to get a Stoican Cavalier, hopefully, with Anya's army. Isthmus City. Well, they're already super happy, so that's not going to do much for us to do the public baths, although it will aid in population growth. What do we have here? We have the mercenary camp. So I guess we could build a Warlord's Command. We could start getting Monster Hunters out of here, too. But first we need just regular defensive troops. So I think a barracks would not go amiss. Alright, new city. You are now Deepstone. Because it is deep underground, and it has access to a flow rock quarry, which makes a lot of sense. So you're just going to hang out there and hopefully not die. Meanwhile, let's get that wooden wall up. And they're happy. But let's speed us up a little bit. It'll make them a little bit less happy, but I'll deal with that. Narvek is going to stay here. Oh, he has a unit of knights. Cool. Alright. Let's see. We've got a Yeti, a Trebuchet. I'm actually worried about the Trebuchet and the Dread Spider Queen. But we don't see many naval battles, so let's give it a go. Oh, cool. Our monster hunters don't need... They can just walk on water. They don't need a boat. Alright, Karl. Karl! That kills people, Karl! Sorry, it's llamas with hats. If you ever get a chance, check it out on YouTube. Every time I say the name Karl, that's what I think of. Alright. We got the better of that exchange, but still. Aw, yeah. Which one is that? That's not the Yeti? Oh my gosh, let's see if we can see the Yeti here standing on this boat. Yeah, there he is. There he is. He's so big, it's just one Yeti. I don't know how he's sailing it. Of course, we only have one horseman. We only have one cavalryman on our boat. So I guess it's representational. Alright, Satura. Let's get you behind the monster hunters. Oh man, the Yeti still stands. Alright, mounted archers. Done. There goes the Yeti. Swordsmaster, will you go up and kind of take point? And actually, you too. I guess we'll go this way. Alright, cool. Let's see what they do. They fail to web our monster hunters. I mean, you've got to admit, it must be particularly difficult to web these guys who are walking on water while you're a spider on a boat. I mean, I can imagine that would be a difficult thing to do. Alright, let's take out that trebuchet. Alright, Spider Queen is down. Holly the Chosen is actually pretty strong, which is alright for a hero. You'd expect that. Mounted Archer. Let's get 2 hits on her. Alright, Satura. Alright, Holly's looking a bit beat up. I don't want to give the trebuchet a chance to... Oh, never mind. It wasn't enough. Frigoberto, your magic is not powerful enough. Well, that wasn't nice at all. Oh, let's let Satura finish her off. Alright, who needs the experience here? Cavalry will turn into knights at some point. Let's let them do it. Alright. Good job, Satura. What do we got here? Smooth Shield of the Wayward Clans. +2 defense against non-flaking and +2 defense in general. Stab. Armor piercing, 2 damage to armor. Sure, for now that's fine. Claws of the Prowler. +1 defense, improved wall climbing and pounce, where she gets a less expensive army. Nope. A Red Raptor. So we have another one now. And a Holy Symbol. Alright. I think Satura has some trolls she wants to hunt. Unexplored. Oh, we'll go to the shrine, so we'll get regrowth. Excellent, then we'll go after the trolls. Alright, we've got a nice little army here. We have a bunch of octopi. Let's do a scouting mission here. Just to see what Zoki's up to. Alright. So Anya is going to end up with herself, the Griffin, and the Gold Metal Swordsmaster. These two are going to stay behind, along with whatever pikemen we build here to guard the place. But for right now, she's just going to sit. And you, the viewer, of course, are going to help, perhaps, in defining the names of these units and their personality traits. Although, I'd like their personality to kind of develop on the battlefield. Let's just see how they act. So it will be slightly determined by the type of units they are. Alright, so you are veteran. You are expert. So the veteran is going to stay in Aquaresia. No, really. What did I just do? I thought the veteran was going to stay in Aquaresia. There we go. And we'll get the Warbreed. Alright, so which library do we want to go to first? There are so many. Okay, what does this do? Visiting units will, like blighted and subterranean terrain, have 60% blight protection and cave crawling. But nothing for units produced in the city, though. Alright, we'll go up to this one. Leonis and team are going to stay behind here. Although we do have a cool unit of expert cavaliers. They're almost elite. But they are not Stoican cavaliers. They are only... I don't know where they're from. They're either from Njordland or they're from Helia. No. They must be from Helia. Oh, well, yeah, the Swordsmasters are there, kind of keeping an eye on things. We have a champion rank monster hunter here. Is he also champion rank? Yeah. So either one would do, actually. Let's actually move this guy up. Let's see, 16, 14, 11. Whereas this guy... 15, 14. So he has one extra melee strike. Could that be because the other guy is from 17 defense, 12 resistance? 17. Now it's the same otherwise. Why would he have one extra melee strike? It's really hard to tell if they're from Heraltisane or not, because it's not like it's a special ability you can see in the list. It just adds a little bit to their stats. Regardless, you are going to go up and help Anya in her army. I don't think we need veteran priests. What about champion priests, though? What do they have? Inflict daze, which is pretty decent. These guys have tireless. What does that do? No action points are spent on retaliation or attacks of opportunity. You know what? Let's throw a unit of berserkers with them, too. Why not? Tireless berserkers, that sounds like fun. They're probably going to die because they have pretty poor defense, but we'll see. I mean, we're going to really care about this army, so we're going to cast spells to try to protect them and keep them in one piece. So Preston needs 2 more units. Let's give him the 2... What are they called again? Daredevils. I wonder if they're blind. Probably not. Alright, Stokana needs to be protected at all costs. But at the same time, there's things we can do with this builder that we need to do. So, like, for example, run a road from Tamara's Fall to Isthmus City. Alright, we have a Warbreed unit here. It's just going to hang out. Oh, is this the Dreadnought? Yeah, we don't want you. Alright, wow. These turns are starting to take a while. That was 20 minutes. Alright, quickly. Advanced Logistics 2. A level 5 Warlord. No. Shoot, and I can't ask for another type of hero. So, I'm not going to take you. Oh, the trolls have decided to attack Satura. So that's how we're going to end this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I was coming after them anyway, so they just made my job a little bit easier. We probably should use magic in this one. Our cavalry and our monster hunters are a little bit beat up. Killing spree. Alright, these swordsmasters here are going to be taking the brunt of the damage. Let's move them to the front, along with these ones. Move the cavalry back a little bit. Monster hunters. Does she have heal? No, she doesn't. Alright. Let's see what they do. There are a lot of them. Alright. Up. Defend. Defend. Alright. She's not going to get her full amount of damage, but it'll do something. Because she does have Monster Slayer. They can get around and attack my Monster Slayers too. Maybe if I'm here, they'll at least get a free hit. Alright, nobody could reach our cavalry. Let's just hope they take the bait and go for the monster, or the swordsmasters. Oh, dang it. Well, at least most of them took the bait. Our swordsmasters are doing a great job soaking up damage. I will say that. But our monster hunters need help. This is putting my cavalry really at risk here. But... oh, and it didn't even kill him. Swordsmasters are going to defend. Defend. Alright. Okay, they're done. But our monster hunters are still in peril. A lot of peril. Alright, let's try this. So their health will never drop below 1. Alright, and Satura has free reign. I could kill this guy. 16 times 2, 32. No, that's not going to kill him. Alright, we'll just take out this one. Alright, what do we have here? Satura is actually not doing very well at all. Our monster hunters have been a bit beaten up. Let's get rid of this troll. Okay. And then our mounted archers, let's sprint you here. And take this guy from behind. He's still alive, though. Dang it. Okay. Well, these monster hunters, or swords masters, I should say, are relatively safe. So they can finish him off. Our monster hunters can't move. So Tura is really beat up, and these trolls here can go anywhere they want. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Is she the only one who can move? So we have one unit of troll that she can kill without any trouble whatsoever. But then this troll will have a free turn to do whatever he wants. And of course he's going to come straight at her. And he'll probably be able to get 2 attacks in. 30 movement. So the best thing to do would be to have Frigoberto do something that slows him down. Oh, it worked. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. Whew. This battle's ours now. There was a moment I thought Satura was going to have a bad day. But I'll let the mounted archers finish him off. Along with the cavalry. How funny. They started the battle with our least amount of health, the cavalry, and now they have the most. Our swords masters, everybody else is going to sit tight. Or never mind, because they decided just to leave the battle entirely. Well, we can't allow that. I mean, we have to finish him off. But this way's good. This way lets us kind of have them come to us. Alright, let's do this one by the book. Monster hunters, get out of there. Satura, I am going to keep in danger, just so she could use her ability. Rigoberto is going to... Oh, wow. We got knights. Our cavalry upgraded. Let's give them some line courage. Let them do their thing. Monster Slayer. Can't reach him, though, with those guys. Alright, let's see what he does. He decides to commit suicide by night. And we'll get our regrowth. And that's that. Let's go get some luck, too. Why not? Oh, look at that. Everybody's health is all restored. We have a unit of knights now. Satura's army is looking awesome. Alright, let's upgrade her. We don't need the Vow of Poverty, because she has those boots that do it anyway. Although we could take it and then give the boots to someone else, I suppose. She was definitely beat up a little bit in this battle. Healing would be useful. Tears the enemy's heart and soul asunder with the power of the word. Attempts to immobilize. This will give somebody resurgence. Bestows target friendly unit with castigating strike. Melee attacks of units with castigating strike can inflict furious desperation, causing attacked units to ignore orders and instead attempt to attack the nearest opponent. Wow, that's super situational. That would require a ranged unit, first of all, because you don't want to be standing next to the unit that you berserk, because then they're just going to attack you. Mighty Meek. Okay, this is a spell that you cast on like a tier 1 unit who's facing off against a tier 3. And it'll give them like +3 strength per tier. Or Convert. That might be very useful, actually. Let's get Convert. That's kind of the one thing she can do that very few other people can. Alright, Deepstone. You do already have a wall. So let's get you a... Let's get a couple Civic Guard, just to help defend the place. Leticia is going to go with more mounted archers, of course. We have our Yeti. Let's go up to Tamra's Fall. And what else could we do here? We can make a Yeti in one turn, so the Master's Guild is not entirely necessary. And I figure if we can make Yetis, why not? The only negative about the Yeti, I think, is that he probably gets bad thoughts from being in... Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we have the Heart of the Arctic. Of course, that doesn't really matter because the Yetis like Arctic. So really what we need is Heart of something else. We also have the Heart of the Tropics. So he gets no morale penalties in Tropical, but I bet you he'll get morale penalties in other places. He does have Fire Weakness. We have to think about that. The draft will give him 200 extra morale. He was produced in a cheerful city, but that won't last for very much longer. He hates volcanic. Okay, so as long as we keep him out of volcanic. So he's not going to do too great here. Which is like part of Karl's domain. There's a lot of volcanic, actually. All this here is volcanic. Well, this might be swamp. It's hard to tell. They look rather alike. Like, this is definitely volcanic. So this is a regular city, not like a domain. This is his capital. Alright, so we're going to have an interesting battle against Karl. But that's going to take place in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, because we are 32 minutes in. I just get so into this, and now it's trying to take a while. So we're going to put together Anya's army. We're going to work on fleshing them out a bit. Then once that happens, we're going to roleplay the hell out of them. So anyways, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. My name is Marcus Aurelius. This is Age of Wonders, a roleplay campaign where you, the viewer, gets to make the decisions. Have a good one.